It's time for my motherfucking advice. It's time for my motherfucking advice. Yes. Hello, people. I'm back for another installment of my motherfucking advice videos, also known as the MF'N Advice for all you sensitive motherfuckers. Okay. Now, as I told you guys before, I will be shelling these out every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, you can look for your MF'N Advice video. My email will be down below where, if you want to email me. If you want to email me your letter, it'll be down below in the description box along with my Facebook, Twitter, and last natural hair video. This is a Bantu Not Out. In case you were wondering, my lipstick is Chocolate Velvet by Revlon. Just to get it out of the way because I know somebody's going to ask me. This is a Canadian high school girl. She befriended a guy who had just broken up with his girlfriend recently. They hung out, went to the movies, and one night and then they kissed. After he took her back home, she asked him, "Where does this go next?" He says nowhere because he still wasn't over his ex-girlfriend. She respects his mind because she knew this already, and she just figures that over time their relationship will grow. Well, no, that's not what happened, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what happened at all. No, what happened was he started to fuck with her like best friend or some shit like that. He played her, then he went back to the ex-girlfriend. Him and the ex-girlfriend eventually broke up again, but they remained close because the ex-girlfriend said that if they didn't remain friends, she was going to hurt herself or something like that. Okay, right. So now he and her are cool and they hanging out, and one night she was hanging with them and he is trying to get into her pants. Like he asked her to take her pants off and shit, and she was like, "No, I'm not doing that." So then he started to get like a little aggressive and she told him like, "Chill." So he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And then he starts whining about, the fucked up things in his life. And whenever a guy is trying to invoke sympathy from you, be wary of that. If somebody is trying to get sympathy out of you when they've done something that you felt uncomfortable with, you need to stop, pause, and think about who you're actually dealing with. Because to me, I wasn't even halfway through her letter and I was like, this is a rapist, abusive type nigga. Like that's how I felt about it. But I digress. We'll get more into the letter. So on Christmas Eve, she went to his house because she was feeling sorry for him. After they watched the movie, they chilled, he made another move on her. This time he was like forcing his hands down her pants. And eventually she just gave in. He was her first kiss and her first bone. After, he started to treat her like shit. They stopped talking. One day, her sister comes and get her and brings her over there so him and her can discuss it. They squash it or whatever, but she still always had some type of feelings, about it. Especially after she found out that he tries to get into the pants of younger girls while he was messing with her. He also lied. He was lying to his ex, basically. He would only be with her in order for her to buy him things. She Facebooked him a while, after they stopped talking, asking him for closure, and he didn't reply. She wants to know how to get over him. She has moved on to another guy. She's going to college, so she's moving on with her life, but she feels like she can't trust a man because of what happened to her in the previous relationship. Okay. After I thought about it, because sometimes you feel like, how do I tell a person to trust again? But what I tell you is to follow your first mind. Stop ignoring things. And I say this all the time because when I was reading her letter, she was ignoring things. Why did you ignore the fact that he got aggressive with you? Why did you ignore that? That should have scared you shitless. He almost raped you. If you told him no and he kept doing it, that's rape, okay? I don't care how you want to do it. You could have called the police. SVU said if you say no one time and they still fuck you, it's rape. Okay, so that was one thing that you should have learned from. The other thing you should have learned from is his relationship with his ex-girlfriend. Why did you believe his word over what you were actually seeing? If you see somebody who is constantly still going back to the same girl, first of all, he kissed you, told you he didn't want to fuck with you because he was still on his ex-girlfriend, and then he went to your best friend. That should have been your first clue that this dude wasn't any good. It's really not about trusting a new man. It's about learning what to look for. If the next time you date a guy, if the guy you're dating right now gets upset or aggressive with you when you tell him you don't want to have sex, that's a problem. You shouldn't date him. If a guy doesn't want to form a relationship with you, doesn't want to commit to you, doesn't want to bring you around his family after a while, if y'all are continuously dating and you're thinking there should be a next move and he doesn't want to go to the next level of that relationship, then he might be cheating on you. You might not be the only one. Like, I just really want women to pay attention to when they feel hurt in a relationship, okay? Whenever somebody is causing you some type of pain or there's conflict in y'all relationship and you're like, you know, like, where the fuck is this coming from? You need to stop and recognize what's happening. This dude was showing you his ass the entire time you knew him, but because you liked him, you weren't paying attention to those signs, okay? The ex-girlfriend, him fucking with your friend, him aggressively trying to have sex with you. Like, all of these things should have shown you his personality, but because you didn't know what to look for, you didn't know. So my advice to you is to pay attention to the things that happen in this new relationship. I don't know how to tell you to get over it. I can't tell you how to get over heartbreak. What I can tell you is it's easy. Trust yourself. That's what you need to learn how to do. You need to trust yourself. Trust your own feelings. Trust how you feel about a situation. When that guy stopped talking to you, when he talked to your best friend, when you thought y'all relationship was gonna pop off and he started fucking with your friend, that feeling right there, if you find yourself feeling that same feeling while you're in a relationship with this new guy, run in the opposite direction. That's my advice. Has recently, she's in high school, I suppose. She recently lost her mother. Now it's been 9 months ago that she lost her mother, and her older sister are not getting along. They fight about everything, and she sometimes feels like a zombie. She's very depressed. She doesn't know how to handle the loss of her mother. These letters are always bittersweet for me because I'm happy that I can relate in order to help, but I'm also saddened because it's very hard, very, very, very hard to lose a parent. And I was like a daddy's girl type, you know, chick, but at the same time, my relationship with my mom was so knit tight that, you know, if I imagine that's how it must be when there are two daughters and a mom and the mom dies, then I, you know, probably would think that the mom and daughter were really, really close. So my advice to you is that time heals all. Time heals all and prayer heals all. Don't forget what your mom would have wanted for you. Don't let the grief of her passing away stop you from living your life the way she would have wanted you to. Any good mother would want her child to still go on. She would want to die before her child. Like, you know, I don't want anybody to take that the wrong way. But I'm just saying that the worst thing that could ever happen is if she would have buried you. So if you're going down a path that's going to lead you into, to me, I feel like either depression or early death or whatever, then that's not what your mom would have wanted. And that's not you upholding her memory. That's not you honoring who she was to you. The best thing that you can do is cry when you feel the need to, pray, and try to find your happy moments, right? Do whatever it is that you have to do to get through those hard times, because I know it's hard. It's always going to be hard. You're always going to have moments when you really, really miss your mom and you're going to want to cry, and that's okay. It's a part of life for our parents to one day die. It's a part of life. That's the way it's supposed to be. So don't get so caught up in the fact that she's not physically with you anymore, you know, to the point where you're neglecting school, when you're neglecting your yourself, when you're neglecting your relationship with your sister. Y'all need to sit down and have a talk. Y'all need to really sit down and talk about how y'all are feeling without arguing with one another. Because in all honesty, to me, this is a time that y'all really need to hold on to one another. I don't know if you have other family, but that's your sister and y'all both lost y'all mother. Y'all need each other. Y'all don't need to be arguing about minuscule shit. And your mother's passing should show you that life is way too short and way too important to waste arguing about shit that doesn't matter. Or to let any big issues interfere with y'all supporting one another in a time of need. Y'all need each other right now. So what I say is pray, keep going. Don't let the world just pass you by because you're grieving. Continue to grieve, but continue to live as well. And when it's time to stop making it an all-day, everyday thing, that's okay. Don't feel bad when you're not feeling bad anymore. If you're like me, sometimes you'll be like, well, damn, why? You know, you kind of feel a little bad when you're not as sad anymore. But that's how it's supposed to be. Over time, you're supposed to be able to deal with your parents being gone, okay? Because even though I miss my dad like a motherfucker, okay? And I understand how that feels, but at the same time, I know the type of man my daddy was and what he would want for my life, and that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to become successful. I'm going to not be a selfish little bitch and get my life. That's what I'm going to do because that's what my dad would have wanted me to do. So that's what you and your sister need to do. Y'all need to get y'all life, and y'all need to hold on to one another. So that's my advice. I'm praying for you. Thank you for writing me. And I hope that I didn't get you before, I didn't write, I'm sorry that it took me so long. And I'm hoping that I didn't get to you too late. An 18-year-old freshman in college, she has always had feelings for girls. And she took her friend Summer out to a movie and to eat for her birthday. Her mom asked her if she was gay. She told her no. Her mom left it at that. She and Summer have discovered that they both like each other. The feeling is mutual. And now she wants to introduce Summer to her parents and to her family as her old lady instead of just her friend. Okay. This is how it usually happens. Okay. I'm going to just tell you that right now. But what I say is because you're already in college, I suppose you're not living at home. I don't know if you are or not, but when I was in college, I wasn't living at home, so I was, I kind of felt free to tell my mama on Christmas break that I like girls. That's what happened. But anyway, what I say is you need to talk to your mom. You need to talk to your parents alone without your girl being there first, and you need to discuss that with them and find out if they will be comfortable with you bringing her over to the house. In that capacity. You need to talk to them first. Don't just, bring her to your house and then say it in front of everybody and in front of your girl, and then everybody has their first initial reaction right there in that room. Don't do that. Because a lot of the times, your mom or your parents' first initial reaction is the one you don't want to hear. Sometimes, and most of the time. But if she ends up being okay with it, you would have wanted her to be able to process that before she has to see Summer. You know what I mean? So I just say you need to talk to her first. If you can, talk to her over the phone. I know everybody wants to do that talk face to face and all of that shit. But if you cannot have that conversation face to face, that would be cool too. I'm just saying, that's not something you need to say, you have to be No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if your mom's gonna haul off and hit your fucking ass like my ex-girlfriend's mom did, then you should probably have that conversation over the phone. I mean, pulled out a dread and every fucking thing. Like, you didn't know your daughter was gay? Really? She's been dressing and playing fucking basketball all her life. Just because you've been buying her girly name brand shit and she hasn't been fucking wearing it, doesn't necessarily mean your daughter isn't gay. Like, I hate when parents act like they didn't know. it's a fucking surprise all of a sudden. Matter of fact, I just saw this movie called Pariah on HBO. Kim Wayans is in it, and it's about this girl who, you know, is gay and she hides it from her mom. Y'all know what you do when you change clothes, when you're on the bus and shit like that. You know, you gotta put on girly clothes and earrings and shit when you go home, and then when you go to school and shit, you got a fucking hat on with the hair tucked in, a hat and a big ass shirt and shit and a beat on under it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's a really good movie. Y'all should check it out. It's called Pariah, and it's on HBO right now. It might be on HBO Demand. Anyway, if y'all can Netflix it, whatever, check it out. It was a really good movie, and it goes along with this storyline. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, girl, don't be just winging that shit on your mama like that, especially since she's already asked you and you told her no. To me, the fact that she didn't like go off on you initially gives me a good sign. I have a good feeling that she probably won't flip out on you. This next letter is fucking juicy, and it only gets better. Okay, this 20-year-old chick from 21-year-old girl from Atlanta, Georgia. Whoop, whoop. Anyway, she has a guy she has known for 3 years. They're now in a relationship. They have been in a relationship for about a month. But he has a large group of friends, some of which being females. This one friend in particular, she just named her N. I'm going to actually give the bitch a name because I can't stand doing the letter thing. This bitch Natalie, okay? Natalie is getting too fucking close for comfort, okay? She's hanging around too much. Get the fuck out of here. She also, okay, so what happened was why her and Natalie don't get along is because she lied and told the boyfriend that Homegirl called her a slut. Like, she lied and said that his girlfriend called her, Natalie, a slut. And she was like, I never called this bitch no slut, but she lied and said that to him because they had a conversation. And Natalie told her, you need to stay away from him. And she said, bitch, fuck out of here. Mind your fucking business. Step off. All right? Like, she basically told the whole, step off. So they are together now, and he's tried to tell her, supposedly, and she's tried to calmly talk to her, like very Jill Scott-like, you know, very Jill Scott, knock on your door saying it nice the first few times. The second, third time, it's an issue. Okay, that type of thing. And the girl told her, Natalie told her, bitch, you're delusional. He and I have something more, and you need to step off. So she basically wants to know how to handle the girl before things get out of hand because she's talked to the girl, the boyfriend is talked to the girl, and the girl won't stop, you know, hanging or trying to fuck her boyfriend. Oh, and yes, before she and him got together, Natalie actually fucked her boyfriend. They were still in the talking, you know, just dating stage, and she fucked him and then rubbed it in the girl's face. Okay. My advice, break up with the dude. You're going to want to know why. I don't trust any dude that makes a situation like this continue. Y'all been dating for a month and you've been dealing with this for a while now, I'm guessing probably a month or more. And I just really don't understand why you should even have to deal with some crazy bitch of a friend of his. If she's disrespecting y'all relationship, she's disrespecting you, he shouldn't continue to be friends with her. Like, common sense, this bitch is causing issues. This bitch need to be thrown over here somewhere. Like, I'm just saying, like, what guy, like, I don't know any guy that's truly in it to win it with his old lady and continues to have a bitch around that likes him, that he's fucked, and that is consistently trying to fuck with him. When she told you that you were delusional and that they had something more, that's when you needed to stop and say, well, hold up, let me redirect my shit towards him. Because he could be telling her one thing when he's with her and could be telling you another thing. Now, I know you feel like this can't happen because you're with him all the time. And she's only around during, you know, events when it's all of y'all and it's a friend, you know, it's buku of y'all. She's only around when she's invited. No. No, 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 no. If you have a job, if you have parents, if you have school, if you have something else to do with your time, you're not with him 24/7. And you don't know what he could be doing when you're not around. You don't know what he could be saying on the phone when, when you're there, texting her, whatever the situation may be. All I know is for her to be so persistent and for him not to have cut her off, that is showing you something. And you need to wake the hell up. There's no way in God's name that man in there would have a friend that he fucked hanging around him that got a problem with me, that lied to him on me. No, the fuck it wouldn't, because I would be skull dragging that hoe every time she walked into the motherfucking room. So this is my last letter, and didn't I tell y'all it was gonna get juicier? All right, here we go. This is a 26-year-old single mom. She has a 4-year-old daughter. She started dating women when her daughter was like a couple of months old. Like she said she's been dating females for 3.5 years. Her daughter's 4 years old. Okay, she has a girlfriend who she's been, I guess, either living with or been with for a while now. She found half-naked pictures and naked pictures of her old lady's ex-girlfriend in her phone. She called the ex-girlfriend. The ex-girlfriend said that she sent me a picture of you. I have naked pictures of her in my phone. And she tells me shit about y'all relationship. She told the girl details about her and her girlfriend's relationship that only her and her girlfriend would have known. 7 months later, because she stayed with the girl after this conversation, because like most women do, they don't ever like to believe the other chick. Okay. 7 months later, she found another picture of her girlfriend eating the ex-girlfriend out. Now, this was an actual picture that was being kept and secretly under drawers and boxes and shit in the floor. And, it was a color purple type thing. You know what I mean? They had to pull up a floorboard and all of that shit for you to see the picture of her eating a girl out. Get the hell out the way. My dog has wet mouth, and he always likes to come rub his mouth on me when his mouth is wet. I hate that shit. Stay away from me when your mouth wet. Rub it on the rug. Anyway, so she claimed the pictures were old when the girl, actually talked to her girlfriend. So she, because she left for a little while, but she went back to her because she loved her and wanted to be with her and all of this shit. Then she found out that the girl had, like, a girl that she had been talking to on Facebook, who she claimed was her BFF's girlfriend, was actually just some girl that she was talking to on Facebook. So she lied about that shit too. Now, the girl, her ex-girlfriend who was on a picture was, a lot smaller than she was. So she was like, all right. So even though she stayed with her girlfriend throughout all of this, she went and lost some weight. She lost 50 pounds and got her little body tight, got her little body right. Now she out there, making dykes wanna, making dudes wanna. And I only said dykes because it was kind of going with the dude thing. Dykes and dudes. The dykes and dudes wanna, okay? And if anybody gets offended by that, you can lick my clit, and I mean that seriously. So now her girlfriend gets mad and shit because she's getting attention and she's gained weight. She's continued to eat. While her girlfriend was out there working out, she was at home eating and shit. So she still wants to know the truth about what happened. She still wants to know the truth. And her girlfriend always tells her, I don't remember what happened. And she just wants to know the truth. She wants to know how to let it go, how to get the truth out of her, da-da-da-da-da. From what I understand, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about what I think actually happened. I don't think she ever stopped fucking with the ex-girlfriend. I think you should have believed the ex-girlfriend the first time she said she knew shit about y'all relationship. That was you only listening and doing what you wanted instead of actually listening and hearing what was going on. Like, for real. Like, if somebody is telling you something about your relationship, that should be your first signal that you should try to get the fuck. Like, I'm sorry, but nobody should be able to tell you anything about your relationship. That's that shit I don't like. And that's that shit you shouldn't have liked, because you should have left then. But 7 months later, and you still finding naked pictures of this bitch. This should have been left when y'all had the conversation 7 months ago. She should have got rid of every fucking Polaroid, digital picture, anything that she had She should have got rid of that shit when y'all had that conversation the last time. She's not to be trusted. The fact that now she wants to get jealous and shit because you getting cute, I honestly don't think that y'all should be together. I don't think she's a good girlfriend. Just because she's been playing daddy with your daughter and, you know, helping you with the bills. Let me tell you something. That's what gay bitches like to do. Gay bitches like to take care of other bitches. That's what they like to do. They like to feel like they are filling the role of a man. I'm going to be real with you. That's what they like to do. They like to be able to fuck the piss out you. They like to be able to pay for shit. They like to be able to help you, you know, do whatever you need for your daughter. They like to be able to do that because they can't give you a child. They can't do those same things. So they want to be able to take care of you in some way. Not all bitches, but most stud bitches, the one you telling me about, that's what it sounds like to me. Also, because they got some spongy bitches too, don't get me wrong. But also, like, to me, she's just grimy. She sound like a grimy ass bitch. Like, why the fuck does the girl talking about she got a picture of you? That's grimy as fuck. Why is she talking to, like, and I bet you any money she's still talking to that ex-girlfriend. It's only been 7 months. I bet you any money she's still talking to that hoe. What is she talking to her for unless she's still fucking her? To me, I honestly believe that you being stupid because she's been... Yeah, you being stupid because it's been numerous times that the shit has shown itself to you and you still with her. The reason why you're still with her, I'm guessing, is not only because you love her, because she, you know, your daughter knows that you don't want to change the relationship and all of that type of stuff, because you're probably feeling some kind of way about the fact that, you know, it's 2 women and a daughter. Everybody would feel some kind of way. Whether you comfortable and know that it's cool or not, you still probably feel some kind of way about it. So to take that woman out of the household and then probably bring another one in, you don't want your daughter's life to be going up and down. But let me tell you right now, treat the hoe as if she was a man, okay? Treat her as if she was a man. Bitch, you want to act like a man, I'm going to treat you like a man. You want to cheat on me, I don't give a fuck whether my daughter is used to you or not. Get the fuck up out my face. You need to find you a girlfriend who don't have naked pictures of other bitches in their phone. And that was my motherfucking advice. That was my motherfucking advice. Yes, that was it. So you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I noticed that, like, I get the same number of dislikes mostly on the videos. I would really like to know what the fuck people dislike about the video. It's an advice video. Did you dislike the advice I gave? Really? Then why don't you put the advice that you would have fucking gave since you want to dislike the video? I'm just saying. I be wanting to know, like, what the fuck? Is it just because you're a hater? Because I can accept that. I can accept that. I know that my haters are my greatest motivators. And I have no problem with y'all. Even if you subscribe to my channel just so you can dislike my videos. I don't really give a fuck. You're still giving me views. Thank you. So, I just want to say I love everybody. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, all my new subbies, all my old ones. Thank you for sticking with me throughout all of the changes and all of the things that have happened on my channel, all of the rants and crazy shit. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I promise y'all that there's going to be some more entertaining things coming this year. I'm putting my creativity cap back on, and it's going to be some stuff. I think y'all going to like it. So please continue to watch and like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah! And I'll see you guys in the next video.